Hi everyone, Tina Howarth here at Academy Massage Therapy. Today's segment will be short and sweet. I want to take a moment to talk to you about the common term knot and a knot and what it refers to. So today's segment, I'm going to call it, why is my back so lumpy? Is it a knot? So we have 4 types of tissue in our body. Nervous system tissue, which is made up of nerve cells. Connective tissue, whose job is support and protection, and we have the most of this type of tissue in our body. It includes things like bone, cartilage, ligaments, blood, lymph cells, fat cells. Those are all connective tissue cells, okay? Connective tissue. Third type is epithelial tissue, and this one covers the body's surface and also forms the lining of most internal cavities. And the major function of epithelial tissue is protection, secretion, absorption, and filtration. So you can see that the skin, a big organ, is a great example of that. And lastly, we have muscle tissue, okay, of which we have 3 types. We have cardiac, found only in the heart. We have smooth muscle, which is found inside of your organs and blood vessels. And then we have skeletal tissue, which is the muscles that we use to move the body. And these are under our voluntary control. So as with all things in the body, they all work together like an orchestra. And when you come to a massage, all of them benefit. But the star of the show is usually muscular tissue or skeletal tissue. So we're going to focus on that today to discuss knots. So skeletal tissue has a couple properties. A muscle, this tissue should be able to contract. It should be able to extend. It should be elastic, so out and come back, out and come back. And it should be able to send and receive nerve signals from the brain so that you can move when you want to, how you want to. I'm going to give an example of the trapezius, this upper muscle here at the top, back of your neck, back of the head, the neck, and top of the shoulder. Now, its job is to lift your shoulder, rotate your head, and your neck, and flex your head, okay? So, what is happening is that this muscle here is actually hundreds of muscle fibers, all bundled together, running together alongside each other, okay? And they are all contracting, extending, being flexible, and sending and receiving signals all together as a group. This group effort is what accounts for the great strength in muscle tissue being able to propel the body and move bones, okay? So often what happens is instead of all these guys working independently together, is they will start to stick together or contract, and then the contraction won't release. So what happens is that you start to get not independent movement. Stuff starts to be sticky in there. And what you will see or feel is a tender nodule, okay, or even a palpable taut band. And that is what is your knot. Because muscles are actually attached on both ends, they can't actually form a knot. But what they do is stick to the neighbor in small contractures and then give you this lumpy feeling of a knot, okay? So how do we get knots? Well, stress is one form, repetitive action is another form, sitting at a desk for a really long time, which is actually a contraction for a really long time, poor hydration, a bad night's sleep, various factors bring knots, okay? If you have a knot for a long time, all of the vessels that run through it, like a nervous tissue, for example, a nerve, can become compressed and start to become painful, and you can get pain radiating to the extremities. Over time, it can even change your posture. So we all know, people that have the shoulders elevated or rolled forward, this is a pretty common one. So with time, that will change the posture and make it less comfortable for you to move as well. So it's not all bad news though. What can you do to help keep knots away? Well, good lifestyle habits. For example, going to bed early, proper hydration, exercise, good outlets for stress relief, physical therapy often helps to help separate and open up this area. And of course, my favorite, massage therapy is a wonderful way to counterbalance these adhesions that we get in our tissues. So that pretty much sums up today's health and wellness segment. I hope that the things that we covered will help you in your quest to feel better. Keep in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter, and our website. And thanks for spending a little time with me. We'll see you soon.